everybody. Happy Tuesday. Woo! It's Tuesday, right? I said Thursday earlier today and I got corrected very quickly. So it's Tuesday. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being online. We will start either in a seated shape or lying on your back. If you're brand new, thanks for coming for your first time. If you've been here 100 times, thanks for coming back. It's always great to have our community back together. As you settle into a shape, just give yourself a few moments to settle. If you're choosing to be on your back, you can let your knees bend and your feet come to the floor. That'll give your low back a little more support. And then a gentle reminder to yourself that you have total agency over your yoga practice. So if something doesn't feel supportive, pause, stop, and breathe, okay? So not always about how it looks here. How is it feeling for you? And how it feels leads us to this practice of embodiment, practice of being aware and present and in our bodies. So with that in mind, dropping out of your head a little bit down into your body. We are all very different people and we will all feel and notice differences. No one hears your thoughts but you. So try and speak nice to yourself, be kind, and just give yourself a moment to check in. So noticing how you're feeling physically. Acknowledging how you're feeling energetically. It's okay to feel tight. It's okay to feel a little tired. It's okay to feel strong and energetic. Whatever you're noticing, taking a moment to notice it and then breathe. I'm going to stay here just a wee bit longer. Drawing some awareness to your chest. You soften through your chest, across your sternum, that's your breastbone, out through your collarbones, through the front of the shoulders, the front of the ribs. And just see what it might feel like in your body to have less movement in your chest. Still breathing with less movement. Full inhale, full exhale. And then coming down into your lower abdominal area. Remember your abdominals wrap all the way around, front, side, back. If you're lying on your back on the ground earth, try and really just let go. softening through your belly area into those lower abdominals, all the way around front, side, back. If you're sitting up without back support, you need a minimal amount of abdominal help here. As you inhale, feeling how your navel goes up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, your navel belly button releases down. This automatically happens. You don't have to add any muscular effort. I'm going to take a few more breaths. Now, this could be an anchor for meditation, this feeling of inhale, belly button going up. Exhale, belly button going towards your spine. You don't have to add any effort. Just letting your body do this automatically for you without you controlling it. Can you relax these muscles anymore? And still keep the chest pretty still. We're going to take about 3 to 5 more breaths, kind of depending on how fast you're breathing, to feel and notice a little more feeling of breath lower down, a little more stillness higher up. So chest a little more still without forcing, a little more feeling in your lower ribs and abdominals. Great. Full exhale. And then we're going to take all the limbs, arms and legs up towards the ceiling. So if you are sitting, roll onto your back. And then just bring all the limbs up. Now you can keep your knees pretty bent if you need to. Then bring your awareness to your back hips and see if you can find your tailbone and roll your tailbone out nice and heavy. That's it. When your tailbone rolls out nice and heavy, can you feel your lumbar low back in its little soft neutral curve? Sweet. With an inhale, take all your limbs out nice and wide like an X or a Y. And then inhale, pull them in with strength. Great. You don't have to bring your legs to the floor. They're just going to go out to the side like your legs could touch the wall. Yeah. And then bring them in. Awesome. Just like that. Now, add resistance. Meaning if you were in water, what would this feel like? If you had to pull the water out and push the water in. Now, can you do this in rhythm with your breath? Inhale out, exhale in. Follow your breathing. 3 more. Next time the limbs come up towards the ceiling, pause. 2 breaths. And then lowering everything down to the floor. We'll take about 10 seconds in silence, giving you an opportunity to come back into your body, to feel and notice and listen to your breathing. Full exhale. And then we're going to roll on over and come to tabletop. All right, so if you're at home or your office, you can use a real table or a chair if you don't want to come all the way down on the floor. Now remind yourself that if this hurts your wrist, you can come down and do tabletop on your forearms, okay? So you can always come down on your forearms if you need to, or even if you just want to. You want to use a little different muscle group, come on your forearms, okay? So line your body up here so your ears are in line with your shoulders. It's really easy to drop your head, okay? So tuck your chin down, nose to the floor, and then lift your skull up a little bit so that your ears are more level with your shoulders. Now take your front rib cage and draw it up and draw your belly button up a little bit. So you have a nice, strong table, shoulders down out of your ears, shoulder blades on your back. Take a couple breaths. Now find your right shoulder blade on your back and go into the middle of your back, the back of the heart to your left shoulder blade. We want this space to be nice and wide and level, less of a divot between your shoulder blades. So take your back heart space and push it up a little bit towards the ceiling, trying to feel more width across the upper back. This might feel like work. Like in my body, this is work to me, okay? All right, now you're gonna take your ears, make sure your ears are about as high as your shoulders. Don't let your head drop, and tuck your chin. So you're gonna tuck your chin towards your chest. And this might bring your gaze so you're looking behind you a little bit, and keep your ears up. Maybe feel a little bit of a stretch from your upper back through the back of your neck and your skull. And then you're going to slowly look to the right and then slowly look around to the left. Keep your chin tucked and keep your ears in line with the shoulders the best you can. And just going side to side like you're making a little smiley face. Shoulders stay down out of your ears. As you move side to side, your upper abdominals stay on. You're working to keep space between your shoulder blades. One more to the right, one more to the left. Then you're going to let that shape go to back to just good old-fashioned table. You're going to take a fork in the road. You might curl your toes and lift your hips up and back to down dog. You might push back to child's pose. You might roll on your back. Okay, if child's pose isn't your jam, you can roll to your side or your back. If down dog isn't your thing, child's pose or coming back on your back. All of us taking about 5 seconds to check in with our bodies and just feel your body breathe. Don't worry too much right now about your alignment. See if you can feel your body breathe. Drop out of your head into your body and feel your breath. Then with your next exhale, feel that full exhale. And we're all going to figure out how to come all the way on up to stand. Ooh, and then you're just going to come on up, stand and look however you want to, whichever direction. If you're in the room, you can look out at the lake. If you're at home, your office, just stand and check back in with yourself. How do you feel? What do you notice? And then see if you can drop out of your head again and feel 3 breaths. All right, and then you're going to take your right arm forward to come up towards the ceiling. Okay, you're just going to reach your right arm up like you could touch the ceiling. You might feel your ribs lift, feel your back shoulder blade lift up a little bit. And then it's a side bend. And try not to push your right hip out. So trying to keep your right hip in line with your ribs. And a side bend, anchor into the right leg. Right shoulder blade might slide up a little more. Palm faces the floor. 2 breaths. Then take your arm back up to the ceiling and let it come down and hang. Left arm comes up towards the ceiling, palm faces in. Anchor into the left leg, left ribs, left shoulder blade lift up, side bend. And try not to push the left hip out. Keep the left hip in line with the ribs and the shoulder. Inhale, reach back up. Let the left arm come down and hang. Right arm's going to come up. Reach on up. Side bend, try not to push your hip out. Now check, where's your head in relationship to your shoulder? Is it way out in front? Can you bring your head back? And then come back. Left arm comes up. Stretch on up, side bend. Great. Notice where your head is. Did it pop forward? Can you bring your head back? Nice. And then the left arm comes down. Both arms come forward to come up. Shoulder blades and rib cage slide up. Up and over to the right. Head back. Back up to the ceiling, over to the left, head back. Try not to push your right hip out to the right. Reach up to the ceiling, full body stretch. Exhale, long spine, fold forward. Go nice and slow. And then with an exhale, come all the way back up to the ceiling, stretch. Inhale, fold. One more time, come all the way on up. Now, when you come up this time, just pause for a moment. Lead from your pelvis. So as you fold over, try and keep your arms framing your head. Okay, so keep your arms up, pull your hip creases back. Now, as you go over, through the periphery, side eyes, you can see your arms the whole way in line. And then you fold all the way over. Bring your fingertips either to the floor, your shins, or your thigh bones, and give your knees a little bit of a bend. A little bit like what we did earlier. Let your head hang. Maybe even tuck your chin a little bit to look back behind you. And just let your head feel really heavy for 2 breaths. Your head helping to decompress your neck and your upper back. Then leading from your sternum, take your sternum forward. Chest lifts, might feel a little bit like a baby cobra. Look forward. And then exhale, step back, tabletop or downward facing dog. And again, if you're at home, use a table or a chair if you need to. Build your shape, and we're going to find tabletop or downward facing dog for about 5 seconds. Bring awareness into your body breathing. Just come out of your head a little bit. See if you can just feel your breath. And exhale, come down. We'll all build tabletop. All right, so I see some of us walking around on our fingers and moving our wrists around. Let's just wake up the wrists a little bit. How about that? Woo! All right. So you're in your table. Just walk your hands out in front. Walk your hands back. Okay, so I'm going to try and do 2 things here at once. We're going to walk around on our hands, And at the same time, try and get your hand to connect to your arm all the way up into your upper back. Okay, so your arm connects up into the back shoulder. So the back shoulder, right, it's part of our core. Can you feel the strength through the back shoulder, just like you would your corset cumberbund transverse abdominis muscles? And you can turn your arms out a little bit. Maybe your fingers go sideways. Maybe your fingers go back. And you're walking. Upper back, shoulder. Right? Through your corset cumberbund. Everything's strong. You might go onto your fingertips. Walk out and in. Practice shifting the weight around, so you have to load the back shoulders a little bit. So maybe you bring your arms out and you tip the weight forward a little bit. Okay, you can move around and load the back shoulders differently for more challenge. We'll be here about 5 more seconds. So move your arms around a different way if you want. And then come back and build your tabletop. And look down at your hands. Nice wide hands, strong fingers. So if you're gonna open a can of pickles, it was really hard, you'd have strong hands, right? You want strong hands. And it's a nice option. I see a couple of us come into your fists. So, right, if it hurts your wrist, you can come to your fists, you can come to your forearms. 2 cat-cows. Start at your low belly. Pull that navel up, up, up. Pull your ribs up, pull your sternum up, round into your cat. And then as you go vertebra by vertebra into your cow, try and keep a moderate amount of tension. You can feel your spine slowly trickle into your cow. And there's still strength in your cow. You can feel that strength. Then one more time, trickle through your cat. Trickle through your cow. After this cow, back to your table. Stay right here, or if you want something different, little different challenge for your triceps and your upper back, just walk your knees back just a little bit and bring your forearms down to the floor. So you're in a forearm table. Great. In your forearm table, bring your ears up in line with your shoulders. So the back of the skull's lifting like there's a magnet on the ceiling. Tuck your chin. Keep your head up and tuck your chin, look back. And just make 2 smiley faces. So look to the right. Slowly look to the left. And then right back to the right. And then your head comes back. You look at the floor. Your choice, either good old-fashioned downward facing dog, or if you're on your forearms, maybe you stay on your forearms and lift your knees up. Elbow dog or downward facing dog or child's pose, 5 seconds. So pick a spot. We'll be quiet for 5 seconds so you can drop out of your head and back into your body breathing. Great. Full exhale. And then figure out how to come all the way back on up to standing. Standing mountain meditation, 3 breaths. Great. Sweep your arms forward to come up. Okay, palms are going to face in. And then lift up and anchor your legs. So heavy, heavy legs, lift up, side bend to the right. all the way back up to the ceiling, over to the left. Back up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your sternum, chest, look forward a little bit. Bend your knees just enough and notice what happens when you bring the weight forward into the balls of the feet a little more. Can you feel your corset cummerbund have to work a little more? So bring the weight a little more in the balls of the feet. Great. Lift your chest, look out in front of you. And then push into your legs, come all the way back on up like a high five. And bring your arms down by your side. 2 breaths. And then step your feet wide, heels in, toes out. So 5 sumo squats, knees go over your middle toes, okay? So externally rotate your legs. So as you go down, you want to feel like your knees, thigh bones are pressing back or open, and we're all different. Go down as low as you can and come back up. Okay, so you want to challenge yourself, but not exhaust yourself. All right, next time you go down into your sumo squat, pause. Hold just the right sumo squat for you, and then press your thigh bones open. Put a little more weight in your pinky toes. All right, lift your chest and look up a little bit. That's it. Now, the only way to straighten your legs is to push your thigh bones down into your feet. So you're going to push your thigh bones down so much that your legs are going to start to straighten. Down creates up. Great. Then you're going to go down one more time, as low as you can. Chest up. Push your thigh bones down. Come up nice and strong. Woo! And slow. 3 breaths. Great. Left leg rolls in a little bit. Right leg rolls out a little bit. Okay, heel to heel. Exhale, bending your right knee. Pause. The only way to straighten your right leg is to push that thigh bone into the floor. Straightening. Bending. So you're going to bend your right knee to your capacity. And that right thigh bone is going to push into your heel to straighten the leg. Fabulous. Last one, bending, pause. Now, you're going to push your right thigh bone into your heel, but don't let your leg straighten. Okay, see how strong you can be, really pushing isometrically down into your heel. Exhale, you're going to take your arms all the way up to the ceiling. You're going to inhale, lift and stretch up like you could touch the ceiling, and exhale, tip elbow to knee, side angle. So your right elbow comes down onto your right leg. Great. Reach that left arm up to the ceiling and stretch across your collarbones. 2 breaths. Keep your legs right there. Come all the way on up, arms up to the ceiling. Push into that right leg, straightening your right leg slow. Hands to the hips. Right leg rolls in, left leg rolls out. Great. Exhale, bend your left knee. Push that left thigh bone into your left heel to straighten. 2 more. Down creates up, the unification of opposites. 2 energies coming together. Next time the left knee's bent, pause. Push that left thigh bone down, but don't let the left knee straighten. Sweet. Take your arms out and up. Stretch the rib cage. Float your shoulder blades. Exhale from the hip tip. left elbow to left thigh bone, right arm reaches up. Stretch. 2 breaths. Great. Keep your legs right there. Come all the way back up. Now press into the left leg. Let the left leg straighten. Bring your feet around, hands to your hips. Heels in, toes out. Now just 5 heel lifts. So soft bend in your knee. Lift your heels. Slowly put your heels back down. Lift your heels. Right. Try not to drop them. Go slow. 3 more. Great. Next time your heels come down, it'll feel so good, right? Like, I don't have to lift them up again for a while. Squat it down. Great. Push your thigh bones down into your heels to stand up. One more time. How low can you go? That might be 1 millimeter. All right. Might be way down. You do you. Come all the way on up. Pause. 3 breaths. Left leg rolls in. Right leg rolls out. Heel to heel. Okay, remind yourself you want your pelvis at a diagonal, okay? So you're gonna bend your right knee. It's gonna go over your middle toe. So we'll just go a little slow. Check it. Your knee's going over your middle toe. Your hips are at a diagonal. A little bit like that first time. Put a little more weight. Push into that right thigh bone, but don't let the right knee bend. Great. Take both arms forward and up to the ceiling. Great. Lift the back ribs, lift the back shoulder blades, tip over side angle, either your right elbow to your right knee, or maybe you start to straighten the right arm. Then your left arm can come in line with your cheek or your ear. And it's like a side stretch. Push through that left back pinky toe and stretch your left pinky finger long, 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 long side body. 2 breaths. Bring your head back, right? Ears and shoulders. And come all the way on up. Right leg rolls in, left leg rolls out. Bend your left knee, heel to heel. Hips at a diagonal. Push that left thigh bone into the floor. Heavy, don't let the knee straighten. Arms come up. Stretch up, lengthen through the back. Tip over, elbow to knee. Or left arm can straighten. Right arm comes in line with your cheek, your ear. Palm faces down. You got this. 2 breaths. Push into that back right pinky toe. Stretch those right fingertips. Long, long, long side body. Come all the way on up. Then push the left leg into the floor to straighten. Great. Hands come to your hips. Heels in, toes out. 3 sumos. Go down. Come all the way on up and lift your heels. Go down. Come all the way on up and lift your heels. Come up and balance. Next time you come up, heels are lifted. Pause. Your choice, heels up or heels down. 3 sumos. Great. Next time you come up, pause. Slowly let your heels come back to come down if they're up. Ooh, step your feet together. Ooh, and hang out. 5 breaths. Exhale, let all the air out. And then turn to the front of your mat. Exhale, sweep your arms out and up. Pause. Okay, so your arms are going to come a little more just forward, right, in line with your cheek. And you're going to try and bring your ear back in line with your shoulder. Maybe tuck your chin a little bit. And then you can feel the back shoulder blades and ribs go up as you stretch up. Exhale, when you're ready, pull your hip creases back, fold from your hips first, and fold forward. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet, lift your chest, look out, maybe like a little baby cobra. Exhale, fold, and step your feet back, tabletop or downward facing dog. 5 seconds. So I'm going to hold this for about 5 seconds. Great. If you're in down dog, come to tabletop. Refind your table, tuck your chin, and lift your ears up in line with your shoulders and make 2 smiley faces. Look to the left and then look to the right. Okay. Keep your upper back really broad. Keep your chin tucked. Go back to table. And then lower down to prone mountain. So if you want to lower down through like a push-up, great. If you just want to come down, great. Tummy time. Bring your hands to the lower outer ribs, elbows up. And like we were working on, tuck your chin. Nose hovers off the floor, forehead hovers off the floor. Go long, crown of the head going forward as you actively pull your toes back, getting really long. How long can you feel through your spine? Shoulder blades, like prone mountain, on your back, or like tabletop on your back. Okay. Try not to overuse your neck, baby cobra. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Moving your spine, shoulder blades stay on your back. Lifting up, lowering down. Great. 3 more. Strong through your lower corset cummerbund. Strong through your back. That's what that means. That corset cummerbund goes all the way around, front, side, back. Last one, then we'll come down and rest. Great. And then you just put your hands under your forehead, tummy time. 5, 6, 7 breaths. Again, just try and drop out of your head back into your body. This is how we learn to listen to the body. Pause, follow the breath. All right, let's do one more hard thing here. How about that? Anyway, it's hard for me. It might not be hard for anyone else. This one's hard for me, but it's really good. We're going to take your arms out in front of you, about as wide as your mat. And then you're going to bring them back and come up on your forearms. Okay, so you want to feel like you're pulling yourself forward as you pull your arms back and you come up on your forearms and you bring your legs together. Okay. All right, so you're going to push into your forearms, and then you're going to pull your belly button up, pull your pubic bone up, and come up almost like a table with a lot of strength. And then you're going to slowly resist going back down. Okay, so shoulders love to creep up into your ears, and your head loves to pitch forward. So try to keep your head back and your shoulders down out of your ears. If you want more challenge, you can tuck your toes. Okay, you're gonna roll your belly button up, roll your pubic bone up, roll your thigh bones, and maybe roll your knees and come to an elbow plank. Then you put your knees back down, ooh, and roll down slow. Maybe try one, maybe try two. Maybe you're just lifting your belly button up. That's where I'm gonna go today. Okay, you don't have to go to your knees. Can you just roll your belly button up and keep your shoulder blades down? Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Some of us might just work on breathing. Just keep breathing and don't hold your breath. All right, find your challenge. Try one or two more. Back strength, back strength, back strength. And then come down and rest. Woo. And you can rest on your belly, or if you'd rather rest on your side or rest on your back. Give yourself 10 seconds to just let everything that can rest, rest. Full exhale. And then let's all roll onto our backs. Let's bring your arms down by your side. So as you come onto your back, bring your arms, palms face down. And your heels will be in line with your sit bones, with your hips a little more, okay? So you don't want really wide or really narrow feet. Find your hips, find your heels. And then we're just gonna go vertebra by vertebra up to bridge. So push your belly button down, feel your low back, and then just start to slowly peel your low back and then your middle back up. Feel your shoulders nice and strong on your back up to your shoulder bridge. And then go back down with control. Middle back, lower back, pelvis, tailbone. Okay? You move, trickling up with strength, and then trickling back down your spine with strength. A little bit like cat-cow. I'm gonna do two more. And of course, you do you. So if you're done, you can rest. Or you can roll up one more time. And then hold your bridge. Pressing your heels deeper into the ground. Feeling the connection through your posterior back body for 3 more breaths. When you're ready, with control, rolling down vertebra by vertebra. And giving yourself 5 seconds back in constructive rest pose to hang out and breathe. Great. Let's take your legs up to the ceiling. Do a little hamstring stretch. All right, let's externally rotate your legs and bring your heels together. All right, So you're going to keep your legs in this external rotation and go out and in like a big V. Okay, so you take your legs out and then sweep them back and clap your heels. Take them out, come in and clap your heels. Great, 3 more. And the next time your legs come together, draw them way up into your chest, into your armpits, like you could hug your knees into your chest, armpits. And take 3 breaths. You might even rock a little bit side to side. And come all the way back to your starting shape. Maybe you want to come back and sit. Maybe you want to come back to constructive rest pose. Maybe you just want to take Shavasana, where you let your whole body rest on the floor. You could put a hand on your chest, a hand on your belly. Keep your arms to your side. What feels good? What works for you? And all the way back to the very, very start of our practice. Let the ground, let the earth hold you up. Rest into the earth. Try and let your face and your jaw, your throat, your chest relax. Try and let your belly relax. And take the last minute here to just do that. Relax, breathe. And come all the way back, noticing what you notice. One more inhale, exhale. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. If you feel it's helpful, you could draw your knees into your chest, or you could take a full body stretch. And without overthinking about it, just roll over and come on up to sit. Woohoo! Sweet. High five, everyone. Thanks, everybody. Happy Tuesday. See you Friday. Thank you.